Hey, this is John, host of MGTOW is Freedom. I love sitting down with you guys. It's a beautiful, clear day out. It's colder than a witch's titty, but it's a beautiful, clear day out. Clear evening now. I've got my Arturo Fuente double chateau with Maduro wrapper. And I've got my scotch. This time, it's a Glenfiddich 18-year single malt. And it is outstanding. All right. So the subject I'm going to cover is the word that men just love to say, right? Love. Isn't love wonderful? Oh, I was in love. Love this and love that. Right? I love this thing and I love that thing. What a stupid word love is. We use it so casually, we might as well say love is the same as water or air or something else. It's just thrown around so casually. Oh, I love tacos. Oh, but I love my wife. Is your wife a taco? Are they synonymous? Are they the same thing? I mean, what the fuck are we talking about love? I think love is a lot of things. But it's caring about someone. You know, caring. Caring for and to care for. I think the problem that we MGTOW men have is that we've realized that there is a vacancy in love in this world. It seems like men are now the custodians of love. Because I'm not seeing a whole lot of love from feminists. Women used to be the custodians of love. Men had to go out, bust their ass in the fields, at their jobs, in the coal mines, on the battlefield. Men busted their ass. And they wanted a little care, a little affection. So they would go to their women, whether they were hookers or some barmaid or their wives. And they would get the love they needed, the affection, the attention, the caring for, personally, being cared for, loving. Well, women don't do that anymore. Women are so busy worrying about themselves that they don't love. They're completely gone out of the fucking picture. What happened, guys? I'd like to hear or read your opinions. But I'll tell you where I think it went. I think it went right out the fucking window with feminism. I can give you an example. My wife wanted a job when I was married. So we sat down and talked, meaning I came up with the fucking idea and she thought it was a great one and executed it. And that was that she goes to nursing school. She learns a good trade, she can get a good job, make money, and the world, no matter how the economy is doing, can use a nurse. Right? There's always going to be sick people, they'll always need nurses. Pretty fucking smart, huh? I don't know why she couldn't come up with that. But she took full advantage of that. She went to school for several years, got her degree. Learned that I was right. Yeah, it's a great fucking trade. Good to have. Make lots of money. Now, what that did was that allowed her to say, I don't need a man now. Believe me, we'll get to the rest of the story. She couldn't have been more wrong about that part, believe me. Anyways, that allowed her to execute her plan. She went out of town. She would not get a job in town, meaning locally. She had to drive always an hour and a half to a hospital for some reason to find a job. What she found out was that she could take care of herself. She didn't need a man. Therefore, she didn't need to love anybody. She traded the nurturing, loving wife role for one of selfishness, self-centeredness, full-on materialism. She completely abandoned love. If she ever had it in the first place. I don't think she really did. Any hope for it, the women just don't seem to have. And this is my personal story. Right? She would go for anywhere from 7 to 12 days in a row, gone, never coming home. And it's not just that she abandoned her love for me. She abandoned her sons. Oh, she'd come home. She could call and say, I love you, but she wasn't there to give the love. See, there's lots of ways to express love in an affectionate way. Not the way we love tacos, or hamburgers, or filet mignon. Not the way I love a good stogie and a scotch. But to be there for somebody means to love them. To care for them emotionally is to love them. To care for them physically is to love them. Rub their back, make them food, share with them, right? And I think men are really good at that. You know why I say that? Because we love as men very, very well. You have to have love in your heart to start. Have to love yourself. If you know and care for yourself and have respect for yourself, you have self-love. And then you can go from there and you can go out and love others. If you create children, men love their children. How do we know that men love their children? Because they love other things, like their dog. It's a weird kind of affection, but you can love a dog. I love that dog. It's cool. You pet it, right? It brings you your slippers. It's good, right? Men love each other. We call that brotherly love, right? When your friend needs a ride, you help them. When they need to talk about something tragic in their life, someone dying or their girlfriend leaving them, you care for them, you love them, right? You invest the time in them emotionally. Men are not afraid to do that. We're not. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing unmanly about that. Men also love women. We do. Now, fast forward to today, men, who are you going to love? Can you love a feminist? Well, men want to love women, but can you love a feminist? You can't, because they have no love for you. All they care about is themselves, much the same way all my ex-wife cared about was herself. Was worrying about her career and not wanting to come home. Was worried about staying away so that she could fuck around with other men. What kind of love is that? Abandoning her children 50% of the time so she could worry about herself. Now, of course, we can all forgive, and kids can understand that parents have to work. Women included, moms included, wives included. But they don't love anymore. So is it the feminist philosophy that has ruined them? Is it their mothers that ruined them? Is it the media that ruined them? As women, as real women? Well, I think it's all of those things. See, men love basically through their actions, through their hard work, through our strengths, our virtues. That's how we love. We show love for our family by breaking our fucking backs. Men are disposable when it comes to fighting an enemy, whether it's a bear at the entrance to the cave or whether it's a fucking Russian bear at the border, right? We're going to stop the enemy. And we're willing to throw our lives down because we don't value ourselves or because we do value ourselves. We know how valuable we are to our children, how much we love them. We're willing to do that. Same for our women. Same for our country. Love of country. That is how full of love men are. And caring for women used to be a big part of that. Right? What do men want? We want a sandwich and we want a blowjob. Let's just break it down to simple terms. Sandwich and a blowjob. Hey, how fucking hard is that? Women love to say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Nah, it's about 12 inches lower. Right? But both ways are a good way to get to a man's heart. Right? To get to his love. That's what that means. A way to show a man you love him is through his heart. Or through his penis. Right? His cock. Give a man a blowjob, he's going to think you love him. Give a man a sandwich, he's going to think you love him. He works his ass off for the woman. She should know he loves her. He buys her things. He has a fucking house for her. In my case, I built a fucking mansion. How does a woman say thank you? By leaving your ass. By taking half your shit. By telling the court that your kids are afraid of you. You see a fucking problem with this? Oh, I certainly do. As little as 40 years ago, 45 years ago, 35, maybe even 30 years ago, girls played with dolls. As soon as a girl was old enough to walk, she was handed a doll. And she started caring for that doll and treating it like a baby. Girls used to be trained to love, trained how to care. They were trained by their mothers how to cook, how to clean. They got a little older, they were trained how to look nice, how to talk nice, how to behave well. All that is important to men. Men have children because they love children. They love their children, and they want their children cared for. They want their children loved by their mother as much as by them. But women today aren't trained from that very early age to care, to love. Instead, they are told that they're just like boys, and that they can be good at sports and good at this and good at that, and they need to worry about themselves. They're taught from a very early age not to care about boys. Good cigar. Girls are no longer trained to love. To us men, it comes natural. We know what love is for some strange fucking reason. We know that we have to go out in the world and conquer it before we can have children, right? Unless you want to have bastards. That's a whole nother fucking story. But for the man with a good heart who works really hard, he understands love because he starts by loving himself. I try and encourage that in every video. Look in the mirror. See yourself. See the good things about you. Everything that you are good at. Say, I have a penis. I'm the man. I make shit happen. You love yourself and then you go out and do it. The world is your oyster. But you start with self-love and then you're able to give love to everyone else. What do women do? What do these feminist bitches do? They're raised not to love and care. It doesn't come natural to them. What they're taught is materialism. They can have what boys have. That's having something else that they're not entitled to. Right? They want a lot of money. They want a big old house. They want a car. But rather than go out, right, and do it the right way, which is find a man and love him. Instead, they go find a man, pretend to love him, and take his shit. If you haven't read it carefully, read the thumbnail for this video. It's pretty important. Because it tells you right where women are today. Even though the woman quoted in that, credited with saying that, she wrote that or said that a long time ago. And it's come to pass. Very prophetic. Right? I like doing manly things. This truck is an example. My car is an example of manly things. One of my professions is making beer commercially. I like cigars. I like scotch. I like guns. Right? I was a Marine. I'm an ex-Marine. I'm a real Marine. Semper Fi. Manly shit. And I also enjoy loving. I love my brothers, my fellow brothers out there. Other men, I love them with brotherly love. Men in my lodge, men at my work. I take care of everybody because I know if I take care of them, they take care of me. It's not so much as a quid pro quo as it is that's just the way it works. No man is an island. So in order to best care for your fellow man, you need love. Do you get that from women? Do you get that sense from women you work with? Do you feel that they love you? Right? Sure, there are asshole men out there. I know a bunch of fucking assholes, right? Fuck you guys. Bunch of fucking pricks. Out of my way. Right? They're assholes. Of course there's asshole men. But there's a lot of good fucking men too. And you love them. I don't see a whole lot of love from women, especially at work or professionally. They're extremely selfish. All they do is look out for themselves. So tell me what you think. Where did women go wrong? When did they stop loving? Fuck, did they ever love in general? I love to burp. And I don't give a fuck. Because if you listen carefully, you don't hear it. There's no woman bitching at me. Bossing men around, does that mean they love? Does that mean they really care? Well, they'll try and say it does. Well, I take good care of you. By what? Fucking making my life miserable? That's not love. So how does the modern woman, the feminist, love men? How do they love men? Seriously. Feminist and you hook up, right? You have some good sex. Oh, a man starts to feel he's being loved. Because how does a man feel loved? Sandwich and a blowjob. After so long in a relationship, what happens to that sex in whatever form it takes? Women shut the spigot off. They turn it off. In order to get sex from a woman you've been in a relationship for a while, you have to do something for her. Now we're talking about an arrangement, a business arrangement, a quid pro quo. That's not love. That's not giving to take care of somebody because you love them. That becomes control. Relationships are tricky things. They were already tricky enough, I'm sure, 100 years ago, 200, 400 years ago. Culture being what it is. Societies and their rules being what it is. Or what it was. Today, it's a fucking disaster. It's a minefield for men to try and navigate. Yeah, you can have sex without marriage. You can also get arrested for rape without marriage. You can look at someone the wrong way and lose your job. Certainly saying things the wrong way can cost you your job. That's your whole life. That's not love, is it? That's not love at all. You know, women would rather get you in trouble if you fuck up than to try and help you straighten up. I got a story from when I was in high school. I was a senior in high school. I was the head cook at this little restaurant over in Pine Grove, California. Up in the Sierra foothills by Sacramento. And there were waitresses there. They were young, either young single moms or high school girls. And I was just a young man, horny as fuck, right? But these girls just weren't all that fucking warm to the idea, right? And that's fine. But one particular day, this one bitch decided that she wanted to give me a hard time. She started calling me a little boy. Now, it's hard enough growing up as a man in this world, but to be called a little boy by a woman who was single, who had a baby, and whose good fortune was that she was a single mom who no one wanted, right? Thought she would fuck with me. So what did I do? I started calling her names, making sexual crude references to her. Well, she complained, right? She went to the boss and complained I was giving her a hard time, that it was rude, that it was mean. Now, one of the owners came and talked to me. His name was Truman Schremser, a hell of a good man. And he said, John, you just can't do that. He said, you can't go around insulting people. You can't be that crude, that crass. And I said, well, Truman, you have to understand she was calling me a little boy and implying that I had a little penis, right? A little cock. I said, I didn't appreciate that. I said, that's every bit of rude. As rude as what I did to her, as far as I'm concerned. It's completely disrespectful. Truman said, all right, John, and I never heard another fucking word about it. Now, that girl, whose name was Kim, is a complete little fucking bitch, right? And she never bothered me again. But that's the type of love you get from women. right? That's the type of love you get from them. It's only about them and how they feel at the moment. And the moment they don't think they're getting what they want from you, they're going to turn any pretend hope into a way to hurt you. That's not love. That's as bad as the worst backstabbing man, the biggest asshole. Except a woman relies on the game that, oh, she's just a girl. Oh, and they have feelings and they're soft. And they would never say anything horrible or do anything bad. That was back in 1987, 88. Here we are, 20, 30 years later. Fuck, I'm old. 30 years later, men now know. Oh, men were learning back then. But men now know. Men of all ages. Old men, men my age, men in their 30s, even young men know that women don't love anymore. And that it's all about them. And that they will destroy your lives. Women will destroy the lives of men at the drop of a hat. I have not met a man yet who, when he doesn't get his way with a woman, screams rape. I have yet to meet a man who throws the woman out of his house when she fucks around and then calls the police and says, and she stole all my shit too, for no particular reason, just to get her in trouble. I don't know of any men who falsely accuse their women of beating them physically to get them in trouble for domestic violence. I don't know of any men who falsely accuse women of molesting their children just to get them in trouble. Yet that is precisely what women do. Precisely what feminist women do. It is not only an absence of love. They are completely fucking evil and rotten. They're malicious. And they engage in malicious mischief against men that has real consequences. And there is a big difference between calling a woman a whore, calling a whore, than there is of calling a man a rapist. Because one has a real legal consequence. So where'd it go, guys? Where's the love? I really believe women haven't been trained to love. They were denied that as young girls. They were probably denied that by their mothers when they're young, because they're too busy worrying about themselves. They're not showing the women, young girls love, and they're not training them how to love. They're not teaching them. And then you have all the marketing, all the material girl, Madonna, Britney Spears, Lady Gaga bullshit. They're so worried about themselves and being beautiful that they don't realize how ugly they really are. That's right. Doesn't matter how beautiful they are on the outside. If they're ugly on the inside, nobody wants them. And then that makes them bitter. Bitter, ugly women. Bitter, ugly, feminist women. And it just gets worse. Now you're not seeing women protesting outside of the colleges saying we're going to burn our bras and we want equal pay. They go to rallies and put men down and call them the dirtiest and most vile of names. Assault them physically. Try and destroy men's reputations and destroy their jobs. Get them fired. That is how malicious they are and how there is a total lack of love on the part of women. If they don't get their way and get what they want from you, if they think you can provide it, they'll shit on you. Is that love? If a man hires another man to work and it's just not working out, personalities, the guy doesn't want to work hard enough, you say, hey, look, didn't work out, I'm going to let you go. But does that guy say, I'm going to destroy your life? Before you go, I'm going to accuse you of theft, call the police and have you arrested, give you a criminal record, send you to jail, as well as losing your job. Men don't do that. That's not what we do. Because I hire a guy and I have an expectation that he's going to work. Right? That's my expectation. That's what I want out of the deal. In exchange, you get fellowship, camaraderie, as well as a job and a paycheck. If it doesn't work out, you let him go. Take a relationship with a woman, you have expectations of her. You want a blowjob and a sandwich. If they don't provide it to your satisfaction, you say, hey, look, it's just not working out. We're going to part ways here. Good luck with your life. Next thing you know, knock on the door. Cop standing there. He says, hey, you've been accused of rape. Your ex-girlfriend says you raped her. Or your girlfriend says you raped her. You're like, what the fuck? All I did was break up with her. Oh, she says you beat her too, by the way, so we're going to have to take all of your guns. And you raped her, so you're going to be a sex offender. You're going to go to jail. You're going to lose your job, right? You're going to lose your car, your house. You're going to lose your kids. You're going to lose your standing in public, your good name, your reputation. Women can destroy all that with just a few malicious words. They're just words that come out. Where is the love? Why are feminists surprised that this is the reaction men have? Why are feminists surprised that MGTOW exists? Why are they shocked? They have no reason to be shocked, except that they have an entitlement mentality and that they're entitled to you as men. And they call me misogynist. Every woman I've had a relationship with gets all that I have to offer. Dates, romance, really good fucking. They get it all. But they want to take more when they leave than what they put into it. And they want to destroy men. I have a psycho ex-girlfriend from way back. Oh man, maybe I'll share that story in the future. Yes, that's going to have to be a video. The psycho ex-girlfriend. I bet you guys have got a lot of good fucking stories. Wait till I do that video, then we'll get to that. For now, I'm going to say the magic word is shelter. If you watch this whole video, almost 28 minutes, use the word shelter in your comments, and I know that you put in the time, man, that you suffered through this video. But the real question is, do women love? Are they capable of love? Where or when did they stop loving in their lives? Did they ever love at all? What caused women to turn from nurturing, loving, caring creatures into hideous, malicious, backstabbing, mean-spirited, cock-hating cunts? When did that happen? This is John, host of MGTOW is Freedom, saying it's going to be a cold fucking night. It's going to be a cold night. This morning my truck didn't want to start. I had to try, I think, 4 or 5 times before it fired over. It's a big diesel. Not plugged in at all, just started. Normally it starts right up. A couple of days ago it was 12 degrees out, fired right up. I don't know how fucking cold it was this morning, but it did not want to start. Pretty fucking cold. Yet, my 7.3 diesel there, it's got a lot more heart and a lot more warmth on a frosty cold morning than the icy bitches that are out there in the world today. I have the penis. I'm the man. Semper Fi.